I was in the middle of studying some information for my business, and that is something that you do. I mean, some people get so comfortable in the fact that they do have a business, whether it's small or large, or whether you're starting out or been in the game for a while, gotten so complacent in the fact that they're running their own business, they're not constantly studying on new developments and new information to make sure that that business is competitive. Because regardless of what your niche is, what area you choose to start your business in, you're going to have to continue to research things. So you have to have a learning mindset. And if you don't, and you wind up employing people, sometimes that can work against you. Let me give you a couple examples, and then I'm going to let you guys go for the day. Just getting up, so if you hear motorcycles in the background, you guys already know what it is. There's some people going to work. It's a weekend day, and they've allowed for mandatory overtime over at the shipyard. And I only stay about a mile or so away from it, so I'm going to get a lot of the noises in the background. You might hear the sirens, which are the work horns. You might hear the traffic. So, there's nothing going on over here inside my residence. It's just people heading on into work. And the shipyard employs over 30,000 people, so that's a lot of folks going to work every day. But anyway, I just wanted to get that information out to you guys who don't know. So anyway, I did my morning meditation, and this thought came to mind, as most of my morning meditations do. And I wanted to talk about, have you decided whether or not you were the type of person who was a morning person or an evening person? A lot of people don't even take time to figure that. Well, I've always been a morning person. I'm the type of person that by the time lunchtime rolls around, most of the stuff that I needed to do for the day is already done. When you start getting in the time at around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, for me, I'm already in relax mode or getting ready to slow down. I'm decelerating. And partially it's because of things I had to do. Of course, when you're a child and you go to school, you're required to go to school, but a lot of people, when they get grown, they kind of get out of that. Well, I went into fields that required me being to work early in the morning. When I was in college, I was able to work in restaurants because, as I shared before, in high school I worked in fast food. But in college, of course, when you want to make more money, you start to kind of upgrade the type of restaurants you work in so you can make more money for yourself. And the type of jobs I started to take on when I was first time I went to college as a sophomore and early junior was working in either casual dining or fine dining restaurants. And it was mostly doing things like prepping the buffet or doing work as a prep cook or a salad chef. And a lot of those positions did require me going in early in the morning, around 8 or 9 o'clock at the latest, which means I would have to be up, at least by 7 in order to get ready. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to rush around when I get ready for work. I kind of want to take my time. I want to make sure that my digs are straight because I'm the type of person when I come home, I don't want to come home to a nasty house. So the only way to ensure that is to go ahead and make sure that everything is neat so that way when I come home and kick my shoes off, all I have to do is relax. I'm a morning person, no problem with that. And then later on, when I got into the clerical business, working in the offices, of course, you guys know these are the classic 9 to 5s. Well, some of them were 8 to 4s, some of them were 7 to 3s. And plenty of times I had to be to work at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning. So it required for me to be up, at least 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to get everybody straight, to get myself straight, to get the house straight, just to get everything straight and go into work. And that's just in me. And I inherited that from my father because he was a hard worker who always was a morning type person. However, my kids aren't like that. My daughter, she has a career with responsibilities where she's got to go in at certain times in the morning. But for the most part, if she had her choice, she wouldn't get out of bed until mid-morning at the earliest. And my son is the same. So, that proves my point that I mentioned in previous audios about your children. They may come out of you, but they are not you. They're different people. But by the time 11 o'clock in the morning, if you're getting out of bed, Deanna's already finished with half her day. And that's the way it goes. So before I get up and get started, I just wanted to share with you, sometimes you got to find out who you are in order to produce. And when I was studying some information yesterday, and this was about dealing with customers, timing is everything. It's always good when you're trying to deal with new customers is to find out what time is good for them, because they know what time of day that they're most productive. They know what time of day that they're most receptive to things and that they're at their peak. So it's always good to kind of just cater to them so you can kind of offer whatever service or product that they have, or maybe get information about others who might be interested. Be able to communicate with them. Respecting people's time. I think that's what I'm going to call this, respecting people's time. But anyway, I know it's not super deep or anything, but I mean, some people need to think about it. Especially when you get older and your body changes. You might be on medication that adjusts your time. And you just might have to, go ahead and do that. Some people have to adjust their diet. It's a big one for a lot of people who've been eating a certain way for a long period of time. You have to make adjustments, and you have to learn. And any new information or developments that that come into your life that involve any type of new learning or training is good for you to go ahead and learn it, because I'm going to tell you, when you are in business and you choose not to learn of any new developments or anything that can benefit your business, your product or service, you're going to wind up coming across somebody who is in the same business as you are that's going to be knocking it out of the park as far as getting the sales, as far as getting the people, as far as providing good products, because they're constantly learning and you're not, and you're going to be left behind. So you're going to lose customers, you're going to lose clients if you don't keep yourself abreast as to what's going on. Change your website around. You know, Think about new services in your field. Research them if you don't know what they are. Change the way that you handle your budget. Change the way that you handle your schedule. Sometimes, changing your lunch schedule, something as small as that can make all the difference in the world. I'm not saying change the schedule all the way. If you're satisfied with your schedule, you're satisfied with your schedule. But maybe the way you do things on your schedule. If you work on the computer a lot, change your background. That might cause a little additional, visual stimulation if you're working on the computer. Just switch things up for every now and then. And set aside time to train yourself on the products and services, on the organizations you're associated with, so you can keep abreast of new things, because that way when you get ready to present your product, your clients know that you have a vested interest in your business. You'd be surprised how smart your customers and clients are. Sometimes they will ask you things just to test you to see if you're up to date. They might be comparing your product or service with someone else, and they'll probably think, oh, shoot, Deanna's talking about that stuff that came out 3 years ago, but Jenny over here just she knows about the such and such and such that just came out a few months ago. I think I'm going to go with Jenny because Jenny keeps up to date with her things. So, we've got to keep up with those things. And also, it may cost you in the end. If you don't train yourself on bookkeeping practices and tax breaks and things like that, you might wind up overpaying on taxes every year or underpaying. Might put yourself in a position where you might wind up getting audited because you're not kept up. Or if you don't keep up on bookkeeping, then you wind up missing out on a whole lot of things or making some serious mistakes within your budget or your payroll. And then eventually you're going to have to spend some of your profits getting someone who knows about the product to come in and help you out, because things have gotten out of control. So you're never too old to learn these things. You want to hold on to it, because, the numbers are basically against new people who are trying to start businesses. The majority of them don't make it within the first 5 years. I don't want to be one of them. And I think to do that is to kind of just stay in the loop. Attend trainings, attend webinars, go on site visits if it's possible, put faces with voices, whether it's by Zoom or whether it's in person. Just keep the contacts going, keep the flow going, and people will come to you. People will come to you. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up and get some breakfast going and do some more training today. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.